So far, this is the biggest game of October, Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero. It's been getting good reviews, it's being called the best Dragon Ball game of all time, and from my time playing it, it's been pretty damn good. Easily my favorite fighting game in years. There's just so much content here. Hundreds of characters, pretty much every big storyline from the Dragon Ball series. There's just so much dialogue, so much detail. There's a lot of progression and a lot to unlock. And Bandai Namco is already promising tons of new content they'll be adding in the future. Now, there are some that are finding flaws with it, but for me, it's a 9 out of 10. The game's not on the older gen PS4 or Xbox One, so the weakest console it's on is the Xbox Series S. I did play this game on my Steam Deck, and you know what? The Steam Deck can run this game, but there was really one problem with the Steam Deck, that the game kind of felt sluggish. It felt a bit slow, and the frame rate was around 40 FPS, but still, I mean, there's something wrong with that. So these home consoles shouldn't have any issues running this game, but let's find out. This comparison is going to be really for the Series S owners. What are you missing out on when playing this game on the Series S versus the more powerful Series X or PS5? Now, I don't have PS5 in this comparison because my PS5 copy arrived a little late. I'll have another video up in a few days that includes PS5, but I'm sure PS5 is going to be more or less similar to the Xbox Series X. This game's the same, 31.2 gigabytes on both the Series S and X. There aren't any graphic mode selection here, it's just the one default, and I really like that. I mean, I'm one of those people that just see no point in quality mode when they put that in. Console games just need to stay away from graphic settings altogether. Series S does have lower detail compared to the Series X. You can clearly see the lower shadow quality, the lower resolution. We're talking dynamic 1080p and 60 FPS on the Series S, while the more powerful Series X is closer to 1440p dynamic with 60 FPS as well. With the Series S, you'll notice missing grass, missing trees, and other objects in the distance. Look at this tree here that's missing the details and the shadows. So the developers had to lower the graphic details for the Series S to run this at 60 FPS. And it's not just a simple resolution rescale. Let's now talk about the FPS, the frame rate. Both consoles target 60 FPS and they do stay close to 60, but of course there are issues. I'll say though, there aren't any major issues like screen tearing or any odd performance bugs, but there are frame drops. Every time you do a Kamehameha, there's gonna be drops of a few frames here and there. Certain fights like this one with Frieza here has more drops than others. It's pretty common to see drops into the mid to high 50s at almost all times. So for those that thought running this game is a cakewalk for the current gen consoles, well, it's not. We're nowhere close to 4K native resolution, and these things still can't hold a solid 60 FPS. Sparking Zero might be the best looking Dragon Ball game ever, but it's not a game where the graphics stand out. It's pretty mediocre in the graphics department. Of course, it's still as good as it needs to be to stay true to that Dragon Ball art style. The big question, will the Series S owners be missing much here? To be honest, I don't think so. It's more or less the same experience for 99% of gamers. I mean, the frame rate, the performance is pretty much similar here. It's really just the resolution and the lower detail in the shadows and objects, which I don't think really matter for this type of game. We'll see in my next video if PlayStation 5 can hold a solid 60 FPS, but the two Xbox consoles just can't. For the rest of the video, check out some more gameplay on Xbox Series S and X with that FPS counter shown.
Captain, and I thought the same thing. Don't be fooled.
He must be capable of boosting his strength in the midst of combat. From what I can tell, I'd say his true power level is somewhere around 60,000.
60,000? This guy's just a bloody...
It's sure to be interesting. To think I'd find an opponent that I can finally demonstrate my full power on.
So, are we gonna dance or fight?
Have fun, Kakarot!
Vegeta?
This is gonna be good! You got guts, pal.
This isn't exactly gonna be a cakewalk.
Fighting my own battles. But in a game, it'll be you I get. Understood?
Captain, get yourself! I'll assist!
Damn it! Without Vegeta, this isn't a... Me! Then do you want to finish this, or are you just gonna keep talking?
Stubborn little cockroach! I blow you into a million pieces! Just like I did that earthling.
That Earthling? Are you talking about Krillin? Don't you dare say his name!
Eldest Dimension, you have to tell the dragon to transport everyone except for Frieza to planet Earth!
Wait! Don't make that wish! Ask the dragon to leave both Frieza and me behind! Split! He would have never challenged me, and I would not have had to take his body. But you warped history, ripped a hole in the fabric of time. You made this possible. All this horror as you did it. It all begins with you, Trunks. At my feet. On it. Retribution. Insufficient. You fool!
May my strength be a shield for all of us mortals! Final Flash!
Don't you see? That time machine proves you're mortal.
May my strength be a shield for all of us mortals!
I'll hold them off and give them everything I've got. But in case I fail, you need to find a way to defeat them.
Do you take me for a coward? I'm not going to leave you here!
No, he's right. The only way to save his future.
You agree with this?
You're not getting away!
First, you'll have to deal with me!
No. So weak.
Watch out!